Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me on this live event today on Facebook Live. So we will be starting sharp at 12. I'm just waiting a minute or two until all the technical details are sorted out. So just bear with me and we will be starting to talk at 12 p.m. Hope you're all well anyway, and hope the weather is lovely wherever you are in the world today. Thanks again for taking the time to tuning in to this live event today. So as I said, bear with me, shouldn't be too long now, should be another minute or two, just waiting for all the technical details to be sorted out, and we will be starting very shortly now. So thanks again for tuning in. Another minute to go and we will start the live talk today. So just bear with me another minute. You know, all the IT technical stuff that we need to sort out for all the talk to be recorded and to go properly and smoothly. Yeah. Okay, so we will be starting now. It's 12 p.m. Irish time here in Dublin. So hello everybody, good afternoon to everybody, good morning or good evening wherever you are in the world. For those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Bajrami. I am a fully accredited and registered strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach as well as a psychic medium and an empowerment specialist. I do specialize in helping people increase their confidence, boost their self-esteem, break bad habits, and overcome anxiety. So today, as well as obviously being a therapist and a coach, I am also a psychic medium. And today the talk is about explaining psychic works and mediumship, okay? It's obviously, I'm very passionate about therapy and coaching and as much passionate about my psychic work and my mediumship. So thanks again for tuning in here today with me. And make yourself comfortable, make a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever you drink, a juice, and let's start now. So I'm really thrilled today to have this opportunity to meet you, and for some of you to meet you once again and explain what psychic work is and what mediumship is, okay? So during this short talk together, I intend to explain the difference, or I intend to explain what psychic work and mediumship are and the difference between the two, as I still have a lot of, well, quite a few clients and even people that I know that I get to know that ask me, is there a difference between the two? So, what is a psychic? What is a medium? What can we really do as psychics and mediums? And how can we help our clients, or what we call in psychic mediumship readings our sitters? What are our limits? We will end the talk with a short guided meditation session I've prepared for you to help you enhance your intuition. So let's dive in now, otherwise I could talk, go on and on and on because it's such a passionate subject that I can go on and I don't want anyone to fall asleep. So let's dive in into the topic of this talk and see what psychic work is and what mediumship is and the difference between the two. We will start the talk with the psychic side first and explore the different senses and the tools a psychic can use. Well, first of all, I have to say, and I think I repeat this quite a lot in most of my talks. First of all, I have to say a psychic is definitely not a fortune teller. So if you want to know when you are due to win the lottery, meet your soulmate, get married, etc., you get what I'm trying to say. Please don't come and see me or NC anyway, because or I would say even don't go and see any psychic, as first of all you might be disappointed, and second you might give us psychics a hard time, as I would feel we're not helping you as best as you have desired. Now, what is a psychic? A psychic is an extremely intuitive person who is able to perceive information that is beyond the normal reach of the five senses and gain insight into the past, present, or future. Now, a psychic can use all their senses, the existing senses, in their work. Okay, we will actually develop this in a few minutes. I will mention here just the most common ones, the common senses, and then I will develop this. So what we call the psychic senses are psychic clairs, the clairs, C-L-A-I-R-S. I'll speak about the most common ones. So we have clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairaudience, which is the clear hearing, and clairsentience, the clear feeling. We also have the Clearcognizance, which is the clear knowing. Now, what does a psychic do to be able to help, the client or the sitter? So a psychic establishes what we call a soul-to-soul connection. This is very important. Again, generally, it's very important to understand the difference, because you won't get the same thing from a mediumship reading that you will get from a psychic reading. So a psychic establishes a soul-to-soul connection with a person. It's a connection living to living. And this person could be, as I said, the sitter who comes for the reading, or another living person who's not in the same room or even in the same country. So that happens when I have people coming for a psychic reading. So I connect to their energy, very important. So soul-to-soul connection is energy reading. A psychic does not read anyone's mind, we read people's energy. So during a psychic reading, I connect to my sitter, but I can also, as I said before, connect to other living people in the sitter's life, okay? So this is what we call the soul-to-soul connection. And the soul-to-soul connection can be extremely powerful. And thanks to that soul-to-soul connection, a psychic can deliver any relevant messages related to that person to the sitter, for example. And this is what happens in my psychic readings and in psychic readings in general, I would say. Now, as I said, as a psychic, I established this soul-to-soul connection with you to be able to deliver information about your past, the present, or the future. Okay, so be careful with the timing as well. I say that very often. It will be against all the law of universe to give you, nobody's able to give you super accurate timing or dates. So often we will talk about seasons or moments or Christmas time or springtime, or, when it's a nice weather, we will actually bring you more to a season or to a period of time more than giving you, you will get a new job on the 25th of January, okay? Now, again, as I said, it is not fortune telling, and I am not a fortune teller. I am, what I say, indeed a gifted spiritual person who can offer insight. So the word is very important, insights into some of your life's challenges. And it is very important when you want to go and see a psychic, to have a psychic reading, we supply insights, guidance. It will never be me telling you what to do, how to do it. I'm actually just reading your energy, reading what's happening around you, giving you details about, as I said, the past, present situation, what I feel might happen if you choose a certain path. But again, I'm fully convinced that we create our own reality and destiny based on our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. And as a psychic, I'm able to tell you where you are headed in the future based on your present thoughts and the energy surrounding them. So this is very important. What I'm telling the person coming for a psychic reading is based on the energy at the present moment and the thoughts around that. But again, if you decide to change your thoughts or mind, you can alter the future outcomes. If you decide to take, another route, then obviously the outcome will change, because this is just how it works, We have our free will and we actually create our own life. See the psychics as a coach, because I am a coach as well, but see, when you go as psychic, you have, right, I need a bit of a guidance, a bit of insights from someone who doesn't know me. And this is why I say that psychic readings can be extremely powerful, because we can give this insights that you need from someone that doesn't know you, okay? But remember, you always have your own free will to take the directions you feel you need to take in your life. Now, the very important thing to retain here is that psychic works takes place between the psychic, like myself in this situation, who's a living being, and another living being who is the client or the sitter, or anyone else living that, the psychic connects to on a soul-to-soul basis. Now, a psychic, as we said, gathers the information they give to clients during psychic readings using the four main avenues of our intuition, which we call, as I said, in psychic circles, the clairs. Okay, so I'll just go a little bit more into how I work with my clairs, and I will talk about myself, obviously, because I don't want to talk about other people. Everybody has their own way of working. But myself, I don't use any tools. Sometimes I pick a card, the odd card, but I really work with my clairs. So clairaudience, as I said, clear hearing, hearing voices. So clairaudience is a clear sense of hearing, i.e. being able to detect psychic information through the ears. Now, information through the ears, and then we hear it. We can distinctly hear something. Now, clairvoyance, so a lot of people confuse as well when they say, I go and see a clairvoyant and a psychic. Well, no, clairvoyance is one of the clairs that a psychic can use. Okay, so clairvoyance is a clear sense of vision, clear seeing, i.e. psychic insight. So basically, we see the picture. Okay, so you come for a psychic reading and something comes to me on a really a type of imagery. I see something and then we talk about it. Okay, this is the clairvoyance. Now we have the clairsentience, which is recognizing feelings. Clairsentience is a clear sense of feeling. It's being able to detect psychic information through your body, and really you just feel it. You don't analyze anything, you just feel something and you just then develop the information you feel. This is the clairsentience. And what also we call Clearcognizance, which is a clear knowing, and it's a clear sense of knowing, psychic insight here again. So these are the four main clairs, that we would use generally, that I would use, but I'll go again and explain the other clairs. Hello everybody, thanks again for tuning into this live event. Hi Kayla, hi everybody. Well, I don't do any live readings today. There's no live readings, it's just a talk. So you feel free to contact me if you need any information, but I'll talk about this later on. So we've seen the four main senses in psychic work, and there is also another one which is called clairgustance or clear tasting. It's a clear sense of taste, being able to orally detect psychic information. So we have a taste coming, the sitter comes and maybe something, I don't know, I will taste, I'm saying anything here, pasta. And then I'll go on and talk about what I taste. And there is also the clairsalience, which is clear smelling, and it's a clear sense of smell, being able to nasally detect psychic information, a type of perfume or any type of odors or smell. There is also clear empathy, which is emotions. Clear empathy is a clear sense of emotional feeling, being able to detect psychic information through your emotions. So I don't really talk about clear empathy as much because this is only my point of view, but doing this work of psychic and mediumship, you have to have this empathic side anyway. So we all use at some degree our clear empathy, our emotions, to do our readings. Now, while some people might be naturally stronger in one of the four clairs, everyone can improve their intuition and experiment with new methods. This is very important. Now, I just went through very quickly all the clairs, so I'm going to dig in a bit more on the four main clairs. So clairaudience. Why do I do this? Because it's very important for people to understand how we can help as psychic and how we work also as psychic and how we can actually give what we give. Where does it come from? I really feel people, this is again my own thinking, but I do feel people like to know how we work. So, clairaudience. Clairaudient messages sound like someone talking in my mind. The tone of the voice is almost always the same, even and calm. Messages that arrive clairaudiently for clients during readings are usually straightforward, like wait until after graduation, or ask for a raise, or wait a little bit before you change job, etc. It's something very straightforward, okay? It's a very short message usually. Now, clairaudience often offers, as I said, very short messages. Sometimes it could only be one word or number. It's never really something too long. Now, clairvoyance, I explained it was the clear seeing. Some people use the term, as I said, clairvoyant, as if it were synonymous with psychic, but really it's not, as clairvoyance is actually one of the clairs. So, it's one of the four clairs a psychic uses. So clairvoyant messages which arrive as an image or a scene in my mind usually come as a metaphor, as something to understand. It doesn't mean this is happening or has happened, but an image comes to me related, to the client or the sitter, and then we develop on the image. Now, clairsentience, the clear feeling, clairsentience messages come through as a feeling, really that deep feeling and clairsentience is the most common. Usually in psychic work, it's one of the most common of the 4 clairs. So gut instincts, being able to read the emotions of others, or sensing the collective energy on a room, all fall under this umbrella of the clairsentience. Like, for example, before I get on the phone with a client, or I can usually get a feeling for their energy, bubbly, serious, outgoing, highly intellectual, nurturing, etc. Or even when people email me, I feel the energy, right? Okay, and this is really the clairsentience. Or whenever I give a client a message and I get chills all over, I know the message is important for the clients to hear. This is part also of my clairsentience work. Now, if someone that has physical ailments, I will often feel them briefly before or during the call in my own body. Before a psychic reading, my knee will ache if the client just had a surgery, or a sensation will run through my tummy if digestion is an issue for the client that's coming to see me. So these are just for you to understand how we work and what the clairs actually mean. So now the 4th clair, Clearcognizance, which is the clear knowing. It's when our brains get an immediate download from our intuition, just like when you download a large amount of information into your computer's hard drive. Although when it happens to a human brain, the download occurs within a few seconds. It's very quick. No waiting patiently for a large file to load. Your intuition has a great connection. You just know. Okay, this is the Clearcognizance. You just know. It's coming, it's there, you know it, it's very quick. There's no overthinking. Now, as I said at the beginning of the talk, of course, there are also other tools psychic can use for reading, like cards, tarot, oracle, angel, pendulum, tea leaves, coffee readings, etc. But personally, I only use my intuition and my clairs, and very, very seldom might pick a few cards. Now, as I said, a psychic reading can be very powerful and bring some very strong and helpful highlights and insights to help you confirm what you initially thought, or help you move forward with confidence. So really see it as a tool that you add to your personal development toolbox. But as previously mentioned, remember, no readings can ever replace your own free will and what you feel yourself. And develop the habit to use your own intuition as well. Your intuition is always listening, and could have some amazing answers for you. So go within. Develop this habit of also asking yourself and listen, because you will hear, you will get signs, you will know. Very often people know what they need to do. But again, it's always interesting to go and see a third party that doesn't know us to get a confirmation. Now, I always say that intuition is an ability that we all possess. It's not a gift. This is why I never call it a gift, but an ability. So don't be shy or intimidated about getting more in touch with yours, with your own intuition. Practice tuning in and trusting for better results, because this will help you on a daily basis. So now that was the psychic side. Now let's talk about mediums and mediumship. Now, in a nutshell, as a medium and spiritual gifted being, I establish a connection with discarnate entities, i.e. between this world and the spirit world, what we call the spirit world. As a medium, I engage in real-time dialogue with the spirit of your loved ones who have passed away, and can provide enough evidence and details to remove any doubts in your mind that the true communication with the spirit world is happening. As a medium, this is very important. As a medium, my primary objective is to show proof and give evidence of life after death, and deliver loving and healing messages to you, my client, my sitter. The rule of thumb is that all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. This is why it's important also to understand the difference. While anyone can potentially have mediumistic or psychic experiences, medium experience regular communication from the deceased, and psychics regularly experience information about or from living people, distant locations or events, and or times in the future or in the past. So again, remember, psychic connection, psychic readings, living to living, I'm reading the living person's energy. Mediumistic connection, mediumship reading, I'm actually tuning into spirit world and connect with people on the other side of the veil. Hi Liz, thanks very much for tuning in, and thanks again everybody for tuning in and watching. So now you say, Nadia, that's all fair enough, you've explained the psychic, you've just touched on the medium, but what is a medium, and what is mediumship then really? What is the difference, as you might be confused, as I said, between the two? Now, a medium is a spiritually gifted person who establishes a connection, as I said, between discarnate entities that we call the spirit world and this world. The medium is able to have an active, real-time dialogue with the spirit of your loved ones who have passed away. And the most important part here to remember, if you go for a reading, for a mediumship reading, is that a medium has to provide you enough evidence of, first of all, the continuity of life after death, but most importantly as well, to really give you enough evidence that you are communicating with the spirit of their loved ones, and we can identify who the loved one is. Even if the spirit doesn't give me the name or who tells me who they are, with all the details they give me, there should be no doubt in my clients and my sitters' minds of who I am talking to. And this is very important, especially if you go, for a mediumship reading. Now, as I said, first and foremost, mediumship is really the proof of continuity of life after death. Again, there is nothing wishy-washy magic about this. I mean, it's a sacred art. I really call it very sacred. It is something that is very dear to my heart. It is not some magic that, we can just make happen anytime. It is a true blessing to be able to communicate with the people, on the other side of the veil. So mediums bridge the gap between the living and the deceased. We've just said that a medium is someone who is able to communicate with souls on the other side. However, I want to say that contrary to popular beliefs, mediums do not speak with the dead. Now I'm going to actually debunk a myth here. We're not speaking with the dead. Why? Because I firmly believe there is no such thing as death. Simply so. Some people joke and say, oh, Nadia, I'll speak to the dead. And yeah, as a joke, right. But I will never say, okay, I speak to the dead. Because to me, there is no death. It's only a transition from the physical world, physical being, to the spiritual being. And mediums are sensitive, intuitive enough to hear, feel, see, know. All the clairs, by the way, we use the same clairs are in the psychic readings. Clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, etc. Okay, we use all this and see information coming from the other side that we relay to the sitter. So to summarize, what differentiates a medium from a psychic? As we have previously seen it, the distinction between mediums and psychics can be confusing, but it's actually pretty straightforward. And please don't think that the terms are interchangeable. They are not. They are not, okay? Mediums are able to raise their vibration, and this is when it comes really important to understand. Mediums are able to raise their vibration high enough to connect to the other side, while spirit world, your loved ones in spirit world, use their own energy to come down, decrease their vibrations, decrease our vibrations, and we can actually come closer, so we can meet halfway. And this is why they are called mediums. So we meet halfway with spirit world, and also the world medium, not only because we meet halfway, but because we are a mean or a channel for spirit world to communicate with the loved ones here on earth. And psychics have the ability to give information about the past, present, future, based on energy reading and reading the energy of a living person, or even reading the energy of other living people that are not in the room. Okay? Sorry. Now, considering to talk to a psychic medium, I will just tell you now what to expect, okay? According to my own experience, my own path. And to me, if you consider to have a psychic or a mediumship reading, or in my case, I very often do psychic mediumship reading, which is a connect to your loved ones, and I also give you any psychic insights that I get. So here's what to expect if you consider to go for a psychic mediumship reading. So in person or online, I always receive one person at a time in my readings, except if I do any platform demonstration online or in person, which is, short demonstration with group of people. Other than that, I will always receive one person at a time in my readings. Why? Because we read someone's energy, and then we connect to someone's, loved one. So if this, maybe even if a couple comes, we might get someone from the lady or someone from the other partner, and it might maybe, not be of great satisfaction to the client. So I always receive persons on a one-to-one basis for now. So you will sit quietly for a few moments while I build up my energy and connect to your loved ones in spirit world. If we go for a mediumship reading, I am able to hear, feel, see them. And once a strong connection is made, I give you a description of who I am communicating with and enough evidence that might help you confirm the spirit wanting to communicate with you. And then I will deliver all the loving and healing messages, as well as guidance that your loved ones are sending you through me. Now, mediumship reading, this is what happens. I always say this is what happens in my mediumship reading, because mediumship, first and foremost, is the proof of continuity of life after death. But mediumship is so sacred. It's a blessing, and it's all about upliftment and positivity. We don't talk about any negativity, any possessions or anything. I don't believe, this is my belief, I don't believe in all this. I work for the light. Spirit world is a wonderful world full of light, sorry, where our loved ones transition and just keep growing, you know, and becoming the best version of themselves and gaining that wisdom when they transition to spirit world. So during a mediumship reading, you can expect, during a psychic reading as well, by the way, but you can expect compassion, guidance, perspective, clarity, and authenticity. As I said, I also provide additional psychic information or details that I receive when I do my mediumship reading. So I sometimes do only psychic readings. Some people only want psychic readings, and that's absolutely fine. Sometimes it's only mediumship reading. Sorry, I was very sick at the beginning of the week, so my throat is quite sore still, so apologies for the cough. So basically, my readings, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, is a mediumship reading at 85%, and then 10-15% my psychic insights that I pick up, okay, around your life situation, family, relationship, etc. Now, I just want to finish saying that anyone, and this is something very important as well, anyone can develop their intuition and their psychic abilities, the senses, and even mediumistic skills, as I firmly believe we are all born with some skills, but it definitely requires a lot of hard work and training to strengthen those skills. It's a lifetime training process, as you never stop learning to improve yourself, first of all, and then to improve your skills. So I've been through a lot of trainings, and I keep training, and I will train probably until I transition myself, you know, to spirit world. So it's definitely a lifetime training process, and because you never stop learning, but also you never stop growing. You never stop learning to try and improve yourself as well. Now, myself, I've had moments during which I felt like giving up, as it can be really tough, you know, when you grow into this spiritual person, when you grow in spirituality, it can be very tough because you doubt yourself, you go through a lot of emotion. It is an emotional roller coaster, but spirit world, thankfully, you know, I'm so grateful to spirit world. I'm feeling really blessed, and thankfully spirit world always stood by me and gave me the strength to keep going. And I will be eternally grateful to spirit world for their continuous support and faith in me. So remember, psychic connections, soul to soul, human to human, can be very powerful to confirm or to give you new insights or guidance. Mediumistic connection, connection between a medium, a psychic, like a psychic medium or a spiritual medium, a living being, and your loved ones in spirit world, people who have transitioned on the other side of the veil. Hello, I'm not doing any live readings. I do readings, yes, but not live reading. This is a talk. So I'll put all the details in the comment box when the talk is finished. Thanks again for tuning in. So also, just before we move on to the short guided meditation session that I have to help you enhance your intuition, it is very quick, but it can really help you to enhance your intuition. I just want to mention that I'm working now, it will be finished shortly, on a psychic abilities workshop. So it will be a one-day workshop to start with. I will do 2 days workshops as well, but I'm nearly finishing now a one-day workshop to help you develop your psychic abilities, your psychic clairs, your intuition, and understand the tools we can use as well. And I will be posting details on all my pages, a Facebook page and Instagram page, on my website as well. But in the meantime, if there are any questions around, you know, what I will be providing or what will be covered, feel free to message me. And if you have any questions as regard this talk, please, the same, feel free to WhatsApp me, email me, private message me, etc. I'll be delighted to reply to your questions. So thanks again for listening today and for tuning in. I really appreciate this, because it's, people would think, okay, this is just a live talk. But when people are passionate about something, having the opportunity to share it with other people makes our life far, far more interesting. Because this is definitely one of my true calling, along with my therapy and coaching. And I'm so grateful to be able to share it with you here today. So thanks again so much for being here with me, for supporting me, and for just helping me be the person I am. Because something I forgot to mention is, through all my readings, I actually grow. I grow because I get to know more people. I get to work with spirit world, with a lot of emotions. And this is priceless because this helps me to become also, to work on becoming the best version of myself. And it definitely helps me. This true calling of mine definitely helps me on, my own personal development and my own personal growth and journey. So thanks again, everybody. And for those who wants to stay now, just make yourself comfortable. It's only going to be a couple of minutes. It's a quick hypnotic meditation to help you enhance your intuition. So if you are in a quiet place where your full attention is not required, or you're not driving or operating any machinery, then you can listen to this. So now, take a deep breath in. Hold it for a count of 5. And then exhale, count of 3. With your eyes closed now, you start relaxing. And you know that deep down, you have the psychic abilities, the intuition that you need on a daily basis. That's right. And I wonder if you ever had the experience of just knowing something but not knowing how you knew it. Or just having a sense of something but not understanding where that sense comes from. And your subconscious understands. And your subconscious understands how this happens. And have you ever looked back and thought to yourself that you saw a situation developing and your subconscious can learn from these types of experiences? And that distinctive part of you can now begin to draw up on all of these resources you have, and on all of these resources where you have experienced a brightened and heightened state of intuition. And you can begin to integrate this into who you are at an instinctive level. And there are times when you may not want to be so intuitive, and times where you want to be very intuitive, instinctively intuitive. You can all begin to develop the ability to notice patterns and notice fine details. And you don't have to consciously know. You just notice these things. It can happen subconsciously and instinctively, all by itself. And you can take as long as you need over the next few minutes to really deeply integrate all that is necessary into creating the required changes to instinctively enhance your intuition. And you can learn from past experiences where intuition was enhanced naturally and you just knew things. You just knew the answer. You just knew the outcome. And you can be curious how much your intuition will increase and at what point it will become noticeable and whether anyone else will notice. And if they do, I wonder what they will notice. And now, just take a few minutes to let all this sink into your subconscious mind. To let your subconscious mind make all the changes and confirm that your intuition is growing and that it is a very powerful tool for your life. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes, stretch and smile, getting ready, fresh and energized, fully ready to enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, your intuition is a tool you can work on and develop. So thank you again so much for tuning in today. Thank you to all the lovely, very well-known faces I've seen and the other people I haven't seen before. I'm really delighted to welcome here. Thanks again. We will talk to you very shortly. I have another talk tomorrow at 12 p.m. Dublin time on hypnotherapy and all the myths around hypnosis and hypnotherapy. You are very welcome to join as well tomorrow. In the meantime, you enjoy yourself, enjoy your weekend, take care, stay safe, and we talk soon. Bye-bye.